What is a podcast? A podcast is an episodic series of spoken word digital audio files that a user can download to a personal device for easy listening. These files are typically hosted online and distributed to RSS feeds, allowing subscribers to automatically receive new episodes as they are released. Podcasts cover an immense range of topics, from educational lectures and news analyses to fictional stories and personal interviews. The format offers flexibility, enabling listeners to consume content on demand, often while commuting, exercising, or performing other tasks. This accessibility has contributed significantly to the medium's widespread popularity and growth over the past 2 decades. Understanding this fundamental definition is the first step in embarking on your podcasting journey. Unlike traditional radio broadcasts, podcasts are not bound by fixed schedules or geographical limitations, providing creators with unparalleled freedom in content and distribution. This on-demand nature empowers listeners to curate their own audio experiences, choosing shows that align perfectly with their interests and schedules. The digital format also allows for rich metadata, making podcasts easily discoverable through search engines and dedicated podcast platforms. This combination of accessibility, flexibility, and discoverability makes podcasting a powerful and engaging medium for both creators and consumers. History and evolution of podcasting. The concept of podcasting emerged in the early 2000s, with roots in audio blogging and the widespread adoption of MP3 players. The term podcast itself is a portmanteau of iPod and broadcast, coined in 2004, reflecting its initial association with Apple's popular portable music device. Early pioneers leveraged RSS feeds to distribute audio content, allowing listeners to subscribe and automatically download new episodes. This technical innovation democratized audio content creation, moving it beyond traditional radio stations and into the hands of independent creators. The early days were marked by experimentation and a burgeoning community of enthusiasts eager to share their voices. Over the years, podcasting has evolved significantly, transitioning from a niche hobby to a mainstream media phenomenon. The proliferation of smartphones and improved internet connectivity made podcasts more accessible to a broader audience. Major tech companies and media organizations began investing heavily in the space, leading to professionalization and a surge in high-quality productions. Today, podcasting continues to innovate with new formats, interactive elements, and diverse voices, solidifying its place as a vital component of the digital media landscape. This ongoing evolution underscores the dynamic potential of the medium. Why start a podcast? Starting a podcast offers numerous compelling benefits, ranging from personal expression to professional growth and community building. For individuals, it provides a unique platform to share expertise, tell stories, or discuss passions with a global audience. Businesses and brands can leverage podcasts as a powerful marketing tool, establishing thought leadership, engaging with customers, and humanizing their brand voice. The intimate nature of audio allows for a deeper connection with listeners compared to other forms of media. This direct line of communication fosters loyalty and builds a dedicated community around your content. Furthermore, podcasting can open doors to networking opportunities and collaborations within your industry. Beyond personal and professional advantages, podcasting is a relatively low-cost entry point into content creation, making it accessible to a wide range of individuals and organizations. The demand for diverse audio content continues to grow, presenting a fertile ground for new creators to find their niche and audience. It also offers a creative outlet, allowing you to develop storytelling, interviewing, and audio production skills. Ultimately, starting a podcast is an investment in your voice, your message, and your ability to connect with others in a meaningful and impactful way. Podcast formats and genres. Podcasts come in a wide array of formats, each offering distinct advantages for storytelling and audience engagement. Common formats include interview podcasts, featuring conversations with guests, solo shows, where a single host delivers content, narrative podcasts, often serialized stories or investigative journalism, conversational or co-hosted shows involving two or more hosts discussing topics, educational podcasts designed to teach specific subjects. The choice of format significantly influences the production process, content structure, and listener experience. Understanding these options is crucial for aligning your content with your creative vision and audience expectations. Beyond formats, podcasts also span countless genres, catering to virtually every interest imaginable. Popular genres include true crime, delving into real-life mysteries, comedy, offering humor and entertainment, news and politics, providing analysis and updates, self-help and personal development, focusing on growth, technology, exploring innovations and trends, arts and culture, covering various creative expressions. Identifying your genre helps define your target audience and positions your podcast within the broader audio landscape. A clear genre and format contribute to a cohesive and appealing show that resonates with its intended listeners. Defining your niche and audience. Before pressing record, it is paramount to define your podcast's niche and identify your target audience. A niche is a specific, focused topic or area that your podcast will cover, distinguishing it from broader categories. For example, instead of health, a niche could be plant-based nutrition for athletes. This specificity helps attract dedicated listeners who are genuinely interested in your content. Understanding your audience involves knowing their demographics, interests, pain points, and listening habits. Researching existing podcasts in similar areas can provide valuable insights into what resonates with potential listeners. A well-defined niche and audience are the cornerstones of a successful podcast, guiding all subsequent content and marketing decisions. To effectively define your niche, consider your own passions, expertise, and unique perspective. What topics could you discuss for many episodes without running out of material? What unique angle can you bring to an existing subject? For your audience, create a listener persona, imagining a typical listener with specific characteristics and needs. This persona will help you tailor your content, tone, and promotional efforts to maximize engagement. A clear understanding of who you are speaking to and what you are speaking about ensures your podcast finds its voice and connects with the right people, fostering a loyal and engaged community. Developing your podcast concept. Once your niche and audience are clear, the next step is to develop a compelling podcast concept. This involves outlining the core idea, themes, and unique selling proposition, USP, of your show. What makes your podcast different or better than others in your chosen niche? Consider the overall tone and style. Will it be informative, humorous, serious, or inspirational? Think about recurring segments, potential episode topics, and how you will deliver value to your listeners. A strong concept acts as the blueprint for your entire podcast, ensuring consistency and guiding content creation. It should be exciting and sustainable, capable of generating many episodes. Brainstorming is a critical part of concept development. Start by listing all possible topics within your niche, then refine them into potential episode ideas. Consider different angles or perspectives you can bring to these topics. Think about the emotional connection you want to forge with your audience. Will your podcast entertain, educate, inspire, or solve a problem? Your concept should clearly articulate this purpose. A well-developed concept not only attracts listeners, but also provides a clear roadmap for your production, making the entire process more efficient and enjoyable. This foundational work is essential for long-term success. Naming your podcast and branding. Choosing a compelling name for your podcast is a crucial step in establishing its identity and attracting listeners. A good podcast name should be memorable, easy to pronounce, and indicative of your content. It should also be unique enough to stand out in crowded directories and avoid confusion with existing shows. Consider using keywords related to your niche to improve discoverability, but balance this with creativity and originality. Test potential names by saying them aloud and asking for feedback from others. Ensure the name is available across various platforms, including podcast directories and social media handles, to maintain consistent branding. This early decision significantly impacts your show's long-term recognition. Branding extends beyond just the name. It encompasses your podcast's overall visual and auditory identity. This includes designing a distinctive cover art that grabs attention and visually represents your show's theme. Your cover art is often the first impression listeners have, so it needs to be professional and appealing. Develop a consistent tone of voice for your episodes and promotional materials. Consider creating a unique intro and outro theme music that becomes synonymous with your brand. Consistent branding across all touchpoints helps build recognition, trust, and a strong connection with your audience, making your podcast instantly recognizable and professional. Crafting your show's structure. A well-defined show structure provides a clear roadmap for each episode, ensuring consistency, flow, and listener engagement. While structures can vary widely, most podcasts include an intro, setting the stage and introducing the topic, main content segments, delivering the core message, transitions, smoothly moving between segments, an outro, summarizing key points and providing a call to action. Planning your structure helps you organize your thoughts, manage your time during recording, and deliver a polished final product. It also helps listeners know what to expect, making your show easier to follow and more enjoyable. Consider the pacing and rhythm you want to achieve. Develop a template or outline that you can adapt for each episode, allowing for flexibility while maintaining a consistent framework. For interview shows, this might involve a standard set of opening questions, specific points to cover, and a concluding segment. For narrative podcasts, it could be a story arc with rising action, a climax, and a resolution. The structure should serve your content, not constrain it. Experiment with different approaches to find what works best for your specific format and audience. A thoughtful structure elevates the listening experience and makes your podcast feel professional and well-produced. Microphones, types, and selection. Choosing the right microphone is perhaps the most critical equipment decision for podcasting, directly impacting your audio quality. There are two primary types: dynamic microphones, known for their durability and ability to handle high sound pressure levels, making them excellent for untreated rooms and live recording. Condenser microphones, which offer greater sensitivity and a wider frequency response, capturing more detail and nuance, ideal for studio environments. USB microphones are convenient for beginners, plugging directly into a computer, while XLR microphones offer professional-grade quality and require an audio interface. Your choice should align with your recording environment, budget, and desired sound quality. Investing in a good microphone is foundational to producing a professional-sounding podcast. When selecting a microphone, consider its polar pattern, which describes how it picks up sound. Cardioid patterns pick up sound primarily from the front, rejecting noise from the sides and rear, ideal for solo hosts. Omnidirectional patterns capture sound from all directions, suitable for multiple speakers around a single mic. Bidirectional, figure 8, patterns pick up sound from the front and rear, useful for two-person interviews. Evaluate your recording space. A noisy environment might benefit from a dynamic cardioid mic, while a quiet, treated room can leverage the sensitivity of a condenser. Research reviews and listen to audio samples to make an informed decision that best suits your podcasting needs. Audio interfaces and mixers. For most XLR microphones, an audio interface or mixer is essential to connect to your computer and convert analog audio signals into digital ones. An audio interface is a device that typically connects via USB, Thunderbolt, or Firewire. providing high-quality preamps and analog-to-digital converters. It allows you to record multiple microphones simultaneously and often includes headphone outputs for monitoring. Mixers, on the other hand, offer more control over audio levels, equalization, and effects during recording, making them suitable for more complex setups or live recording scenarios. Both devices are crucial for achieving clean, professional-grade audio input. When choosing between an audio interface and a mixer, consider the complexity of your setup and your technical comfort level. If you are a solo podcaster or have only one or two guests, a simple two-channel audio interface might suffice. For podcasts with multiple hosts, frequent guests, or a need for on-the-fly audio adjustments, a multi-channel mixer offers greater flexibility. Look for devices with high-quality preamps to ensure clear, low-noise recordings. Understanding the role of these devices in your signal chain is key to optimizing your audio workflow and producing superior sound quality for your podcast. Headphones and accessories. High-quality headphones are indispensable for podcasting, enabling accurate monitoring of your audio during recording and editing. Over-ear, closed-back headphones are highly recommended as they provide excellent sound isolation, preventing microphone bleed, where audio from your headphones is picked up by the mic and allowing you to hear your own voice and guest audio clearly. Open-back headphones, while offering a more natural soundstage, are generally unsuitable for recording due to sound leakage. Investing in comfortable, durable headphones will significantly improve your ability to monitor and mix your podcast effectively, ensuring a professional final product. Beyond headphones, several accessories can enhance your recording setup. A pop filter is crucial for reducing plosive sounds, harsh p and b sounds that can distort your audio. A microphone stand, whether a desk stand or a boom arm, ensures proper mic positioning and stability. Acoustic treatment, such as foam panels or blankets, can significantly improve sound quality in untreated rooms by reducing echo and reverberation. Cable management solutions keep your workspace tidy and prevent accidental disconnections. These small investments collectively contribute to a more professional recording environment and superior audio quality for your podcast. Computer and software requirements. A reliable computer is the central hub of your podcasting workflow, handling recording, editing, and publishing tasks. While specific requirements vary, a modern computer with a decent processor, for example, Intel i5 or AMD Ryzen 5 or higher, at least 8 GB of RAM, 16 GB recommended, and ample storage, SSD preferred for speed, will provide a smooth experience. You'll need enough processing power to run your digital audio workstation, DAW, and any plugins without lag. Ensure your operating system is up to date for compatibility with audio software and drivers. A stable internet connection is also vital for research, remote recording, and uploading your final episodes. For software, a digital audio workstation, DAW, is essential for recording and editing. Popular choices include Audacity, free, open source, good for beginners; GarageBand, free for Mac users, user-friendly; Adobe Audition, professional, subscription-based; Reaper, affordable, powerful, highly customizable; Logic Pro X, Mac only, professional grade. Beyond a DAW, you might consider transcription services, sound effect libraries, and project management tools. Familiarity with your chosen software is key to efficient production. Invest time in learning its features to streamline your editing process and enhance your podcast's overall quality. Setting up your recording space. The acoustics of your recording space significantly impact your podcast's sound quality. An ideal space minimizes echo, reverberation, and external noise. Small rooms with soft furnishings like carpets, curtains, and upholstered furniture are generally better than large, empty, hard-surfaced rooms. Avoid recording in spaces with hard, parallel walls which can create flutter echoes. If a dedicated studio isn't feasible, improvise by recording in a closet filled with clothes, under a blanket fort, or in a room with heavy drapes. The goal is to absorb sound and prevent it from bouncing around, creating a dry, clear audio signal. Proper setup is crucial for clean recordings. Beyond acoustics, consider the practical aspects of your recording environment. Ensure it's a quiet space where you won't be interrupted by pets, family members, or external sounds like traffic. Turn off air conditioners, fans, and refrigerators during recording, as their hum can be surprisingly disruptive. Position your microphone correctly, away from walls and reflective surfaces. If using a desk, place a blanket or towel underneath your mic stand to dampen vibrations. A little effort in optimizing your recording space can make a huge difference in reducing post-production work and achieving professional-sounding audio. Prioritize a quiet, acoustically treated area. Microphone placement and technique. Correct microphone placement and technique are fundamental to capturing clear, consistent audio. For most podcasting, position the microphone 6 to 12 inches from your mouth, slightly off-axis, not directly in front, to minimize plosives. Speak directly into the microphone, maintaining a consistent distance to avoid fluctuations in volume. If using a cardioid mic, ensure you are speaking into the live side, which is typically indicated by a logo or specific design. Avoid touching or bumping the microphone or stand during recording, as these sounds can be very distracting in the final audio. Proper technique ensures optimal sound capture. Beyond distance, consider your posture and breath control. Sit or stand comfortably, allowing for natural breathing and vocal projection. Avoid slouching, which can restrict your diaphragm and affect your voice. Practice speaking clearly and at a moderate volume. If you tend to speak loudly, increase the distance slightly. If softly, move a bit closer. Use a pop filter to manage plosives effectively. Regularly check your audio levels during recording to prevent clipping, distortion from being too loud or being too quiet. Consistent microphone technique is a skill that improves with practice, leading to significantly better audio quality. Recording best practices. Adhering to recording best practices ensures you capture the highest quality audio possible, minimizing the need for extensive post-production. Always do a sound check before each recording session, testing your microphone levels, headphone monitoring, and ensuring all equipment is functioning correctly. Record in a quiet environment, free from distractions and background noise. Use a dedicated recording space with some acoustic treatment, even if improvised. Speak clearly and at a consistent volume, maintaining proper microphone technique. Listen actively to your own voice and any guests through your headphones to catch issues in real time. These practices are foundational for clean audio. During recording, aim for longer takes rather than stopping and starting frequently, as this simplifies editing. If you make a mistake, pause briefly, then repeat the sentence or phrase rather than stopping the entire recording. This creates clear edit points. Stay hydrated and take breaks if needed to maintain vocal quality and focus. Save your recording sessions frequently and back up your files to prevent data loss. Communicate clearly with any co-hosts or guests about recording etiquette and technical requirements. By following these best practices, you'll produce raw audio that is a pleasure to edit and results in a professional-sounding podcast. Remote recording strategies. Remote recording is essential for interviewing guests or co-hosting with individuals not in the same physical location. Several platforms facilitate high-quality remote audio capture. Squadcast, known for its studio-quality audio, separate tracks for each speaker, and video recording capabilities. Riverside.fm, offering similar features with a focus on ease of use and local recording for pristine audio. Zoom or Google Meet, while convenient, often compress audio, making them less ideal for professional podcasts unless enhanced with local recording. These tools help overcome geographical barriers allowing you to collaborate with anyone, anywhere. Choosing the right platform depends on your budget, desired audio quality, and technical comfort level. Regardless of the platform, communicate clear instructions to your remote guests or co-hosts. Advise them to use the best microphone available, wear headphones to prevent echo, and record in a quiet environment. Encourage them to do a local backup recording on their computer using a simple DAW like Audacity, which can be synced later if the remote platform's audio is compromised. Test connections and audio levels before the actual recording. Providing a clear guide and conducting a pre-call sound check can prevent many common remote recording issues, ensuring a smooth session and high-quality audio from all participants. Introduction to Digital Audio Workstations. DAWs. A digital audio workstation is the software at the heart of your podcast editing process. It's where you record, arrange, mix, and master your audio. DAWs provide a multi-track environment, allowing you to layer different audio elements like voices, music, and sound effects. Key features include waveform editing, volume control, equalization, EQ, compression, and the ability to add various audio effects. Familiarity with a DAW is essential for transforming raw recordings into a polished, professional-sounding podcast. Choosing a DAW that suits your skill level and budget is an important initial step in your editing journey. Popular DAWs for podcasting range from free and beginner-friendly options to professional-grade software. Audacity is a free open-source choice, excellent for basic editing tasks like trimming, noise reduction, and simple mixing. GarageBand, Mac only, offers an intuitive interface and built-in loops, making it great for beginners. Adobe Audition is an industry-standard professional DAW with advanced editing, mixing, and restoration tools. Reaper is a powerful, highly customizable, and affordable option, favored by many experienced podcasters. Each DAW has its own learning curve, but the core principles of audio editing remain consistent across platforms. Dedicate time to learning your chosen DAW's interface and functionalities to maximize your editing efficiency. Basic editing, trimming and arranging. Basic editing involves trimming unwanted sections, arranging segments, and removing mistakes to create a cohesive narrative. This is often the most time-consuming part of podcast production, but is crucial for a polished final product. Start by listening through your raw audio, identifying long pauses, filler words, like, stumbles or repeated phrases, irrelevant content. Use your DAWs cutting and deleting tools to remove these elements. The goal is to tighten up the conversation and make it flow naturally, without losing the speaker's personality. Efficient trimming makes your podcast more engaging and respectful of your listeners' time. Practice makes perfect in identifying and removing unnecessary audio. Arranging involves moving audio clips to create the desired sequence of your podcast episode. This includes placing your intro and outro music, inserting ad breaks, and ordering interview segments or narrative beats. Use your DAW's drag and drop functionality to easily reposition clips on your timeline. Pay attention to the transitions between segments, ensuring they are smooth and natural. Crossfades can help blend audio seamlessly, preventing abrupt cuts. The arrangement process is where your show's structure comes to life, guiding your listeners through the content. A well-arranged episode feels professional and keeps the audience engaged from start to finish. Noise reduction and audio cleanup. Even with the best recording practices, some background noise or imperfections can creep into your audio. Noise reduction and cleanup techniques are essential for achieving a clean, professional sound. Most DAWs offer built-in tools for noise gate, which mutes audio below a certain volume threshold, effectively removing low-level background hums. Noise reduction, which analyzes a sample of unwanted noise and then removes similar frequencies throughout the track. De-esser specifically targets harsh S sounds, sibilants. Declicker removes clicks and pops. use these tools judiciously, as overprocessing can make your audio sound unnatural or thin. The goal is to enhance clarity without sacrificing naturalness. Before applying noise reduction, always try to identify the source of the noise and address it at the recording stage if possible. When using noise reduction tools, it's often best to apply them subtly and incrementally. Start with small adjustments and listen carefully to the results. Focus on removing distracting elements like hums, hisses, or room tone, rather than trying to achieve absolute silence, which can sound artificial. Regular practice with these tools will help you develop an ear for what sounds good and how to effectively clean up your audio, leading to a much more enjoyable listening experience for your audience. Mixing and mastering your audio. Mixing is the process of balancing all the individual audio tracks, voices, music, sound effects to create a cohesive and harmonious sound. Key aspects of mixing include volume leveling, ensuring all elements are at appropriate loudness, equalization, EQ, adjusting frequencies to make voices clearer and remove muddiness, compression, reducing the dynamic range to make quiet parts louder and loud parts softer, resulting in a more consistent volume, panning, positioning sounds in the stereo field, left, right, for spatial separation. The goal is to create a clear, balanced, and pleasant listening experience where all elements are audible and blend well together. Good mixing makes your podcast sound professional and easy to listen to. Mastering is the final stage of audio production, where the mixed stereo file is optimized for distribution. This typically involves applying a final layer of compression and limiting to achieve a consistent overall loudness. Ensuring the audio meets industry standards for loudness. Example, -16 LUFS for stereo podcasts, 19 LUFS for mono. Adding subtle enhancements to overall clarity and presence. Mastering aims to give your podcast a polished, professional sheen, making it sound great across various playback devices and platforms. While complex mastering can be outsourced, understanding its principles allows you to make informed decisions and achieve a competitive sound quality for your show. It's the final touch that elevates your podcast. Sourcing royalty-free music. Incorporating music into your podcast can significantly enhance its production value, setting the tone and creating a professional feel. However, using copyrighted music without permission can lead to legal issues. Therefore, sourcing royalty-free music is crucial. Royalty-free music means you pay a one-time fee or subscribe to a service for a license to use the music indefinitely, without paying ongoing royalties. This allows you to legally use tracks for your intro, outro, background, and transitions. Always read the licensing terms carefully to ensure the music is cleared for commercial use and podcast distribution. Ethical sourcing protects you and your podcast. Several platforms offer extensive libraries of royalty-free music tailored for content creators. Epidemic Sound, a popular subscription service with a vast catalog and clear licensing. Artlist, another subscription-based platform known for high-quality curated music. Audio Jungle, offering individual track licenses for a one-time fee. Free Music Archive and Pixabay Music, providing free options with varying licenses, often Creative Commons. When selecting music, choose tracks that align with your podcast's tone and brand. Consider instrumental pieces that won't distract from your spoken content. The right music can elevate your podcast's professionalism and listener experience, creating a memorable audio identity. Integrating intros, outros, and transitions. Intros, outros, and transitions are vital elements that give your podcast a professional and consistent feel. An intro typically includes your podcast's theme music, a brief spoken introduction, and a hook to engage listeners. It sets the tone and prepares the audience for the content to follow. An outro provides a conclusion, often with theme music, a summary, a call to action, e.g., subscribe, leave a review, and mentions of social media or website. These elements frame each episode, creating a recognizable and cohesive listening experience. They are crucial for branding and listener retention. Transitions are short musical stings or sound effects that smoothly bridge different segments within an episode. They help maintain flow, signal a change in topic, or provide a brief break for the listener. When integrating these elements into your DAW, ensure their volume is appropriately mixed with your spoken content. Music should typically be lower in volume than voices. Use crossfades to create seamless entry and exit points for music and sound effects. Consistent use of well-produced intros, outros, and transitions elevates your podcast from a simple audio file to a polished, professional production, reinforcing your brand identity and enhancing listener engagement. Using sound effects effectively. Sound effects, SFX, can add depth, atmosphere, and humor to your podcast, enhancing storytelling and listener immersion. Used judiciously, SFX can emphasize a point, create a scene or environment, add comedic timing, signal a change or event. However, overuse or inappropriate use of sound effects can be distracting and unprofessional. The key is to use them sparingly and intentionally, ensuring they serve the narrative and enhance the listening experience without overwhelming the spoken content. Think of SFX as a subtle seasoning, not the main ingredient. Effective use of SFX elevates your podcast's production value and engagement. When sourcing sound effects, prioritize royalty-free libraries to avoid copyright issues. Websites like freesound.org, Zapsplat, and Pixabay offer extensive collections, often under Creative Commons licenses. Always check specific terms. Consider the quality of the sound effect. It should match the overall fidelity of your podcast. In your DAW, place sound effects on separate tracks, allowing for independent volume control and precise timing. Experiment with panning and reverb to make SFX feel integrated into your audio landscape. The goal is to create an immersive and believable soundscape that supports your narrative and captivates your audience, making your podcast more dynamic and memorable. Licensing and copyright considerations. Understanding licensing and copyright is paramount for any podcast creator to avoid legal complications. Copyright protects original creative works, including music, audio clips, and spoken content. Using copyrighted material without explicit permission or a valid license is infringement. This applies to background music, sound effects, and even short audio snippets from other media. Always assume material is copyrighted unless explicitly stated otherwise. Ignorance of copyright law is not a defense, and violations can result in significant fines or legal action. Protecting your podcast means respecting the intellectual property of others. To legally use external content, you have several options. Obtain direct permission from the copyright holder. Purchase a license from a royalty-free library, e.g. for music or SFX. Use content under a Creative Commons license, ensuring you adhere to its specific terms, e.g. attribution required. Utilize public domain content where copyright has expired. Create all your own original content. For interviews, ensure you have consent from your guests to record and distribute their voices. Clearly document all permissions and licenses. Proactive attention to copyright and licensing ensures your podcast operates legally and ethically, safeguarding your creative work and reputation. Choosing a podcast host. A podcast host, or media host, is a specialized service that stores your audio files and generates the RSS feed that podcast directories use to find your show. Unlike general website hosting, podcast hosts are optimized for large audio files and efficient distribution. They provide the necessary infrastructure to deliver your episodes to listeners worldwide. Without a podcast host, your audio files would quickly overwhelm a standard website server, and you wouldn't have the RSS feed required for directory submission. Choosing a reliable host is a critical decision that impacts your podcast's accessibility and performance. When selecting a podcast host, Consider several factors. Storage and bandwidth. Ensure it meets your needs for episode length and frequency. Analytics. Look for detailed listener statistics to understand your audience. Ease of use. A user-friendly interface simplifies uploading and managing episodes. Monetization tools. Some hosts offer built-in options for advertising or donations. Customer support. Responsive support is invaluable if you encounter issues. Popular podcast hosts include Libsyn, Buzzsprout, Transistor, and Anchor, now Spotify for podcasters. Research different options, compare features and pricing, and choose a host that aligns with your podcast's goals and budget. A good host ensures your podcast is reliably delivered to your audience. Distributing to directories and promotion. Once your podcast is hosted, the next step is to distribute it to major podcast directories. This involves submitting your RSS feed to platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Stitcher. Each directory has its own submission process, but generally, you'll provide your RSS feed, cover art, and show information. Submitting to these platforms makes your podcast discoverable to millions of potential listeners. Ensure your show notes are rich with keywords and descriptions to improve searchability within these directories. Broad distribution is key to growing your audience and reaching new listeners. Effective promotion is crucial for attracting and retaining listeners. Utilize social media platforms to share episodes, behind-the-scenes content, and engage with your audience. Create short audio or video snippets, audiograms, to share on visual platforms. Build a dedicated website or landing page for your podcast, featuring episode show notes, transcripts, and contact information. Consider cross-promotion with other podcasters in your niche. Encourage listeners to subscribe, rate, and review your show, as this boosts visibility in directories. Consistent and creative promotion strategies are essential for cutting through the noise and building a loyal, engaged community around your podcast.